Please join us. Welcome our guests. They are here. You're most welcome. We are glad to have you. Yes. I am Dr. Josephine Nakakande, here to welcome you for the festival. And I'm going to be directing you where you should go. Okay? Yes. So as I hereby hand you over to Madam Apofias to guide you. You're most welcome. Okay.
So we are going to start from there. So we can go.
You can have them in two groups. Let's have them in 3 groups.
And I was looking for you.
Madam, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Thank you. Morning to you. Morning to you. How are you? You're welcome. We are glad to have you. Asimwali nkamro zehan. Hati. Ogenda kuli oina kubana oyolekya kurungi. Ebigendo maiso.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm okay.
Umanyine ko kutukora kandi otairukia mu internet erihan. Akutera no muiha. Okay? Inakuba norora kurungi abantu nibabani barora. Tukikie sahe muntu emereza tugaruka hano. Otende hatu ondera bali ogende orole kibakora babachuwa muno gondera.
But I'm going to request them to allow us. Okay? Go back to the start so that you catch up with them. Do you think they will accept? Yes. Why? Okay, can you bagambire ati nikuwesengereza n'omukyalo ono mutuganyire tugenda kubagala enyuma. Abaana bano basobole okuba nga batambulira ku space ye. Okay? Bakulizo babanabira ne bagamba mulina okukkiriza. Namu mweyongere okwata. Enkusa agambye naye ajja kwongera okukwata. So that is very good. So I'm going to let the one of your own to speak to you, and she takes you through the process of mushroom growing. Okay. So I've been advised that to look from here to this side. Garuka. Here. All of you go out there. All of you. Up here. You take those ones just at the corner down here. Let me stand at the corner there. Stand at the corner down there. Here. The one just separates you. You go out and walk. Up there. Yes. Remember, can you direct those ones? Okay? Now, Baka has great issues sometimes, so you are there. So, this one, that side, those ones are going to maintain. But some students are now going to understand that they get no. So, maybe by the end it's there. Anyway, just okay, so please take these ones on. So what we are covering in here is basically the general practice and procedures of growing mushrooms. Okay? And also she handles some challenges where possible. Okay? And here it is typically theory, so that you get a bigger picture. Then when you get out of here, you will start now seeing all the things she has been talking about. Even if we have a few here, but you will see them better out there. Okay? Please start. Thank you.
Okay, good morning everyone. Good morning. My name is Brenda. I've been in this process like so far 4 years. We are going to talk about general mushroom practice, as I has already said. I think all of you know about mushrooms. What are mushrooms?
She doesn't know that we don't have questions. Do you have questions? No.
Mushrooms, talking about this one, but mushrooms are any fruit-eating bodies or fungi, typically growing above ground, so it contains organic matter or trees. When I talk about mushrooms found on trees, everyone we normally put them when I talk about edible, I mean something which is edible. Like these ones, the oyster mushrooms, we can eat them. These mushrooms are made using different materials. The materials we use to grow mushrooms, normally we stay with them at home. For example, we have grass, we have banana leaves, cotton, the
Husks. What are cotton husks? Cash crops of Uganda, one of them is what? Isn't it cotton? So when you thresh cotton, what do you get? Those are the husks.
we have the coffee husks, we have the husks from the beans, have from the soya beans. Those are the seeds we start when we're starting up our project with mushroom growing. For instance, when here we are starting mushroom growing at Eco-Agric Uganda, we first We use those things with what we call a seed. But right now, I don't have a seed used to grow mushrooms. But I hope you find it interesting. Then, how do we make it? Of course, at first, we found some challenges because even us, we didn't know about mushrooms. We are just starting, meaning that we had first have a wide research about how to grow mushrooms through the internet source. Then we had online learnings from different areas. Then after we came up with the final things which can help our project to advance. Now, for instance, at the beginning, we were using hexagons, the banana leaves. Those banana leaves can be used alone. The only thing you need is the banana leaves, then the seed used to put in so as this garden can colonize and become like this one. The seeds I'm talking about are in this one, but I think it is up there. We could get those banana leaves, then we chop them into small pieces, because we could put them into these black polythene bags. Then after chopping them, we could boil them for about 3 hours. The reason for boiling was about to kill the germs so as you can inhibit the bacteria which can stop our gardens from colonizing. After boiling them for 3 hours, we could first leave them cool down. Cooling doesn't require much time. It will depend the time you boil your leaves. Like when you could boil at night, you leave it for the whole night. Then early morning, we start the process of packing our gardens as you are putting in the seeds. When you're going to plant this garden, what you need to know is you need to ensure cleanliness. You need to be clean because the moment you mess up with some dirt, this garden won't colonize. And you can just think yourself, why is it not coming up? And then the other people were doing it. It's because you didn't ensure cleaning. Cleaning, what I mean by cleaning is that we have water, we have soap. Even you can use a sanitizer in case you have it. But since you don't have a sanitizer, you can use water, you can use soap. Then you wash very well your hands after you dry them. Then when you put in the seeds, you need also to ensure that the place you're dealing with doesn't have many dust. Because when you're dealing with mushrooms, dust are very many. But you need to ensure cleanliness. After all that, ensure you're cleaning, you've prepared your seeds. It is called mushroom spawn. Have you ever heard about it? Mushroom spawn. That is the seed we use to grow mushrooms. That spawn, it is made from different things, but locally, the spawn it is made from millet or sorghum, locally. But there are some things in the lab they can use to make spawn, as they will detail you that side. Then that spawn is here, this one. It might be in a bottle, it might be in a polythene bag. It depends. Then after organizing all the things you're going to use, the one of them already you have already boiled our banana. Now we want water and soap so as you can be clean. Then we are going to need a polythene bag or a bucket like you see. Then after you've got your spawn, you start the process of planting your mushrooms. When you're dealing with mushrooms, as I have told you, right now I'm speaking, but when I'm planting mushrooms, it doesn't require me to be talking. Because the moment I'm talking, some bacteria bacteria coming up from my mouth. And when those bacteria are coming, which means they are going to infect my what? My skins. And when they infect them, the result will only be that they are not going to come out very well as I expected. Then what I need to do is that when I'm planting these gardens, I need to make a total silence. Or if I'm talking, maybe I pass time, I talk to someone, then I come and plant my what? My garden. I know us like people can't control us those that. So like I said, I must stop talking for 5 minutes. No, it's impossible. Of course, I need to take some time. But for the maintenance of my gardens, I need to keep a total silence so as I can have productive seed. After organizing all my things, I have got my black vera. Then I'm going, my things are already full. Then I'm going to get this cavera, or I get a bucket. Then I start packing, making sure that what I'm doing is very tight. As I'm packing like this one, get this polythene bag. You put our leaves to have already boiled or steamed. As you're putting, you'll be adding the mushroom spawn or the mushroom seed. You put the seed. You put the seed. The seeds you put in this one, that is how your polythene bag or your garden is going to be productive. If you put, you don't expect much. And if you put much, yes, the production would be right, but there is what we call wastage. You have wastage is spawn. Then, like when I'm planting this, of course, the quantity of the spawn I'm going to put in this one, it is not going to be the same as this one. Reason being, this thing, it is going to require mushroom spawn. Because for it, it is even very somewhat large. When I'm putting, I need to tighten. The moment I tighten, it becomes small. Then I will find myself when I have used like 1.5 of the mushroom spawn. If I have used the bottle, I may find when I have used half of the bottle. But that doesn't stop us from making what? Our gardens or mushroom blocks that I have limited spawn. You can use that limited one to get a productive thing. Then after putting this mushroom spawn, there is what we call dark room. You make it, you put the spawn, make sure that it is tightened very well. Then that garden of yours will be kept in a dark room for some 2 weeks. If all the procedures were done very well, by 2 weeks I expect your garden to be colonizing or looking like this. The bucket will be looking like this one. Even the black one, it will be visible. You'll be able to see this white thing. This white thing is what we call colonization. Colonizing in mushroom, I mean that my spawn has been able to move from the point where I put it to the extreme point the garden is ending. As you see, maybe I put my spawn this side, but for the case of this garden, to quit the colonization of this garden, of course we need to put this side and this side, so as the spawn can move very fast. Then it will require 2 weeks in a dark room. Then after those 2 weeks, we shall need, you may have one room. Then you set use that room as the dark room, the same point as the growing room. A growing room, however much these rooms are different, whereby a dark room doesn't require light, doesn't require any access to water. The only thing which is required there, it can be some little exchange, but no moisture. Then, after my 2 weeks, after transporting it to a growing room, in the growing room, I'll need to provide with some, we call it like the required things for this morning, afternoon, and evening. If it is like summer, it is a rainy season, you can put like twice. Maybe the next that just put once. Because the moisture is already there, there is air exchange. Then if you pour water for like 3 times a day, I would expect your block to be producing mushrooms within 3 days. You may be asking yourself how a mushroom is going to come out from this block. But this block, we cut this seed after seeing that it has colonized very well. We remove this one, then so as we can pour water and enter inside. If not, we cut. As you're seeing, it was already cut here. It already produced mushrooms. We cut so as it can be able to produce mushrooms. But for the case of this one, you just use a safety or a needle, pierce and put some small holes. Then when these mushrooms are growing, they will find for themselves those holes. Then for the case of the bucket, as you see, there are some holes here, here, here. Then the first production, I expect your blow or whatever you use to produce many mushrooms. Not like this one it is not the first time. It's like a second harvest or third harvest. How do you know that my blow now is done with producing mushrooms? At this moment, when I give you this garden or this blow, it is somehow, this one is not even fitting. If you compare this one and this one, their weight is not the same. This one already produced, this one has not yet. This one, it is still colonizing, it is from the dark room. Then this one is from the growing room. This one already produced some mushrooms, and this one has not yet produced. Then, when these mushrooms produce, their weight decreases. If you are to compare, you can see. I made some comparisons. The weight is not the same. As the blocks are moving, from there, we identify that there are some things which we can use from mushrooms. What are those things? We came up with sawdust, but sawdust can't work alone. Because sawdust, it does not contain moisture for so long. Then we decided to use sawdust with coffee husks, with cotton. Cotton can contain water for so long, so cotton is good for mushroom growing. Then for the case of coffee husks, they are more nutritious. They can provide some nutrients, so as these mushrooms can have a room of growing. Then you can use sawdust and cotton, or you may use cotton and coffee husks, or you use the three at the same time. But those things, like when I have used cotton and coffee, my production is not going to be the same as the one of sawdust, cotton, and coffee husks. Reason being that sawdust doesn't contain water, which means the drainage is high, the percentage of drainage is high. Then when I use cotton is going to contain some water, but they lack what we call nutrients. And for anything to grow or something to be healthy, of course we need to have good nutrients. So then what I can advise there is that when you're growing, it is better to use the three things at the same time. However much you can use them differently, like you say use coffee and cotton, what and what, but the production is not going to be the same. Then we can talk about the benefits of mushroom. The first benefit we are going to talk about is that those mushrooms is the source at home. I can't be growing mushrooms, then I come out and I say this night I don't have feed my kids. No? Because I already have the source. What I'm going to look for, it is only the food. It is a source of income generation. These mushrooms can be sold and we get some money. You can sell in kilos, you can sell like this one, like you can trade, come out with any price you want, but you will need to understand the time you taken and you use. And some of the things people consider when starting up their businesses, they consider different things. We have talked about income generation, we have talked about food. They can help us, like when these gardens are done, or they cannot produce mushrooms anymore, what we do, we just put in our gardens so that they can provide nutrients to our plants. And so many others. Is there anyone with a question? They are affected by different infections. But what I know, the common infection we get, it is maybe we didn't ensure cleanliness, and that infection normally brings, there is something like green. Green is a green thing which comes. Green. Maybe you face some infected gardens there. They are infectious. How to inhibit those? There the problem might be you pour steam or you pour boil your materials, or maybe you didn't ensure cleanliness. Therefore, what I can advise you that next time when you're trying to come out with the process of making these gardens, you ensure that you have steamed your materials with not a limited time. You just take your time, then you steam or boil, then the outcomes will be good. Any other question? That is what we call colonization. Then, I told you for the case of this block, I'm going to put this side and this side. Then, even they don't know how they move, but that is science. But they just colonize. So, no, these things you're seeing, they are known as substrates. The substrates I'm talking about, that it is a mixture of coffee husk, cotton husks, and sawdust. Then we also put some lime to keep the bacteria within those husks. Lime is what we put to keep the bacteria. Harvesting is just very simple. Just get here, till good. Now you want to remove mine. Right? And you will ask those people to harvest for you. They have the gardens there that are growing through. But mine will not. That what? Selling. Yes, they'll be selling. Even the blocks, what they're going to be selling. What? The seed, the spawn. The spawn. I don't know if we have it at the moment, but what I know in the growing room or in the lab, basically the spawn it is usually in the lab. You can't really yourself. The they are going to teach you. There are people in the lab, they are going to teach you. How long do they take to mature? I told you that after putting my sport, I started taking the food. equation. They infected like the termites. Termites, rats, they eat the spore. But it depends on the room you have kept them. If you have kept them in an open area, then expect such a thing. But if you kept them very well, which means they are safe for insects. Any other question?
Like you can't build with a agenda. So where can we access the city? As is the market.
We normally have them here.
So this is the only center for accessing the city.
I don't know, but we normally have them. It depends. There are different sizes. Now, like a bottle is at 20K. There is a small polythene bag is at 5K. Any other question? Thanks for your attention. If you don't have any other question, you can move. There is a hint there for some practical.
There is the sweet, and the dry.
This one is not sweet. Now, this is the sweetness.
If it is the sweetness and the pepper one, you will start to ask me. How do I use it?
And this is what Tony has. Have you seen? Yes. This is the coffee houses.
So,
These are main stores.
So,
This is lime.
No, like. But some of you.
Yeah.
But some of us don't. That's why they use the construction. They are construction building. Like.
These are from Phoenix. Yes. And there is
Ash.
ash. Those are bottles. All these are used by from matches.
Okay. They have already sold you the materials used in growing mushrooms. You mentioned there are some of which are local available materials, they are even artificial. And when I talk of artificial, they are these ones. The sawdust, the cotton husk, there is even the cotton husk. This one is artificial. But this one, they are available even at home. You can get the grass, dry grass, you can get the dry banana leaves. All of them you can get them at home. Okay? And when we are, some of you were asking yourself, why are we having the lime? Why are we having the wood ash? Do you know the reason why we are having this one? Do you know the use? No. For the case of wood ash, these ones they do the same thing. Wood ash or lime. You may be having a lime or you may be having the what? The wood ash. Both work at the same thing. For the case of lime, when we are mixing these substrates, we call them these substrates. Yes. When you're mixing the sawdust, you're mixing the cotton husks and you're mixing the what? The coffee husks. We also add what? Lime. After adding lime, you get water. You mix them. I mixed the mixture is here. Are you seeing the way we mix? This is the mix. You don't need a lot of water. Okay? You don't put a lot of water, just to make them wet. After making them wet, you get the vera. We have different types of vera, whereby we have the black ones and we have the white ones. For the case of black ones or white one, like this one, you may be asking yourself what is inside in this one. It is the mixture of cotton husks, coffee husks, and the sawdust. We mixed all of them, then we packed in this one, in the conveyor. And for these ones, we don't pack them in the conveyor. You're going to see the different things we have used to pack these things. You can use a bucket, you can use those bottles, you can use the boxes, you can use jerry can, whatever. For them, we use these ones. You know why we are putting these ones in those things, the buckets, tin is what? For the case of these ones, you cannot pack them. So you can pack them in the conveyor, but they can run what? They can tear the conveyor. That's why we put them in the bucket, in the something which is hard, not like the conveyor. For the conveyor, it is soft. And when you're using this, the dry banana leaves, you get a panga, you chop them into small pieces. Okay? We have 3 methods of sterilization, whereby we have steaming, we have boiling, we have cold pasteurization. You know cold pasteurization? For the case of cold pasteurization, you get the dry banana leaves, you mix them with wood ash. If you don't mix them with wood ash, you can mix them with lime. I told you wood ash works like the same as this wood lime. You put them in the drum. I'm talking about cold pasteurization. You put them in the drum, they stay there for 1 night, then you drain. After draining, you plant in the bucket. Those ones you've not boiled them. Then there is another method of boiling. For the case of boiling, you get these substrates, you put them in the drum. Whether you have the saucepan, you put them in the saucepan. You add water mixed up with lime, then you boil. You know boiling. The way we boil beans, we boil sauce. Okay? Then you boil them for 8 hours. 8 hours. That is not funny. How are we boiling? Why are we boiling? Someone is asking why are we boiling them for 8 hours. The reason why we are boiling them for 8 hours, it is to kill germs or to make sure the things are very soft. Okay. There is even steaming. I think you've got the method of boiling. There is steaming. For the case of steaming, we have 2 methods of steaming. One method, you steam the already made gardens, like this one. You do what? You steam it. Then there is another one, you steam the substrate alone. You put it in the conveyor, then you steam. But are you getting the meaning of steaming? Yes. Steaming, we use air or wire. Like ngengere bachumba omubumbu bagwalirira nibateka ihanse bisaga ebintu noteka mu then ebitobo ati niko nangera okwa nokola binu niko kubikora we are going to see how do we steam in that garden, in that drum. I'm going to show you how do we steam. We steam the what? We steam the ready-made gardens. You can even steam the substrate alone when it is not packed in the what? In the capoeira. You get me? Yes. Anyway, if you have any question, you ask it before we continue. You can ask about steaming or boiling. You ask if you have any question about that. Madam, we begin. Steaming to get a garage. Aha. Then eventu binu bagambitu kuchuma kurungi nebihiya. Obitwa bitahire toge kubyara mwembi bekakuwa tusimu. Let me answer him. If you have all of them, you can steam all of them, but separately you don't mix them because you don't want you to mix this one. Then you mix it up with this one. No, you can put them this one the way it is in the capoeira. Sorry. Even this one in the capoeira, then you put them where in the saucepan. When they are separate like that. When they are not mixed up. But if you want to mix up, if you have this one, you can mix up. The silver one is positive. But if you have the coffee husks alone, you can also plant mushrooms. It doesn't need that. It doesn't mean that if you don't have the coffee husks, you don't plant mushrooms. No? If you have the coffee husks, you can still plant mushrooms. Someone with a question, please ask him. Yes. The reason why we are putting lime. Lime kills germs, and this lime is containing some nutrients, and it's like the way we cook beans, we do put salt. Can you eat beans without salt? That's why we are putting this lime in all of these substances. We put lime as a must. If you don't have lime, I told you can use the wood as. Okay? Another question. What? Bottles? No, don't boil the bottles. The bottles, we use them when we are planting. When you boil this substrate, the one we is not in the capoeira, you pack it in the bottle when you're planting the what? Seeds. And the bottles, you don't just plant them without what? You plant inside the bottle when you have most bottles very well with jig. You know jig? Yeah. If you don't have jig, you can use liquid soap. If you don't have liquid soap, you can use the Omo, Nomi, or soap. Yes. Okay, let's come and see the way. Because I know some of you didn't understand the meaning of steaming. Let's come on the top. You extend behind it. Let's come and see. When I talk about steaming, you get you get the hiccups. Cooking stones. Cooking stones? Yeah. You get the 3 cooking stones. You get your drum. After you get 2 jerrycans of water. 2 full jerrycans of water.
20 liters.
20 liters. You put water in the drum. After putting water in the drum, you get bucket rag. Rag. You put the rag. Wow. The reason why we are putting rag, we said we want to do what if we are doing steaming. Our kind of steaming, not come karaka kanu. Kaya kaisa, kaisa kaina kuhasi, kaina kuha karaka. Watu kwenda kaisa hapo kwa wakati hii hanso muliro wakame zinachamuka. Yoro kukumba. Kwa sasa hivi kuja kwa kile moto. Ebintu tubisokesa hasi. Very good. Very good. Atakisa kufuna drum. Yako yongere nyuma house of yaba japolite kusikia kukora. Aromu tabena pauza ebintu kubiteka hansi. I told you we are doing what? Steaming. Steaming ebintu bikuteza mu maizi. You come and see the rock. If after putting the rock, you put the sacks of fera. And so now you take a more fera, Muruba Jimunu, a drum and open or tell a momulino, a quokya. What a work one day, you can take a mom's silibun, who can tell that drum put here. That's the reason why we are putting the sacks at both sides. No. And when we are planting, we don't plant from outside. We have the darker room, the lab where we plant.
Why do they like growing in darker places?
In darker places, you ask the other one in the darker room.
Okay.
This one is the and I'm continuing. After putting the sacks both sides of the drum, then you put the gardens. After putting the gardens, you cover the gardens with like 5 sacks. Then okumara fundikira ensonga akintuteka ebisawo bingi oya tutaruga manti we are steaming. Oroyo ugende kuchuka kuruka hero manye bintu bino bikozere. Then after steaming we leave them for one night to do what? To cool. Tubihira hano biba bihoze tubihira hano tubitwaranka ha mulabu kubyara. Kuruga mulabu bigenda nga mudaka rungu. Obo mulabu bimara mebiro bibiri. Mulabu tibimara mubiri. Obo mulabu niho kukolera kubyara. Nomara kubyara no iha mulabu mudaka rungu. Mudaka rungu bimara 2 weeks no biyamu no biteka mu growing room. Mudaka rungu domera yo maize. Domera mu growing room. Yeah. Any other question? If you have a question, you ask. Ate bino musana tudua be buno rabye tibika chumbirwe obo mara kande woba mazire bitumba tibitaga kukwata kwa kanabe atanti bigenda kusisika anti bikisika ati kono bisimba sana ekikuru ebintu bikuba bichumbirwe obikuba bitakachumbirwe nubo kinaga ko bikara ibate aha sokoli obichumba birimo bunanga steaming. Auntie, I told you after steaming, you take the lab. Ati usibiro sazi no busanukuru. Aha, wako ikakula wako no gya kubyara okwata no ya kura yokana kana. Ukabura hono teka mwembibo bagya kuberiki bibo bakatera mu. Makuteka muno osiba. Hindwa na side yetu. No teka mu wokara usibire, teka nka ndaka. Ndaka rumbi kumara 2 weeks. Ati oto kubisara sara hao okusara vile vile wokora mera
Okay. Thank you so much.
The one who made them. Please, after here we are going to decide it. For Nanka, for smartness, or could be for on the same side. But for the one who made these ones, for him, we didn't mind. Akasigo kamu akaiti kamba kafude kunta kapia emsisa kano kwano gwo musiri gumu bakumitano ye esigere kwasire para kumera I think I'm really, really hot. So, if we take a time, give them money, but for this one, ebisagazo genda mu kifo ebisagazo ebyo byenanka byebikyoli You people, you are supposed to go this side. They are afraid to go the other side. There are some others this side first to go the other side. When this one they are done from here, for you will come this side.
You understand the concept?
If you want, you come back to Uganda, right?
Yeah.
You shall come back.
You will give us some.
You are underage, you can't test.
I think I'm
It's okay. How much are
my ideas, but yeah.
I make it.
I know it's about.
knowledge first?
Have you ever gone to any manufacturing? This is the manufacturing process.
But for the case of this one, it's some of her. We just provide some room for them, meaning that we use the rest of the part. Then here, we remove this one at first, then the first one from this side, then after, we use something like the rest of the part, like here. The bucket prepares. Another question? The part is the dark room. One that should not be accessed light, even moisture. The only thing you need there is just extreme darkness. Even the heat should be limited. If you go to our dark room there, you'll find banana leaves up at the room. To limit the amount of heat coming from the iron sheet and the mantle blocks. Do you have any other question? If you don't have any other question, thanks for your attention. Yes, you are going to move to the end for the practical session.
Please, there is no way you can skip that. Actually, don't build a whole complete stuff because the space. Akole translate atoli mukusika basomesize mu rujungu misema kwenda tukole translate nyo mujungu tinka mu translating ijikira baba speed
ako translating
tinkikora master nyo
manyo chikulema
ekyo tinkikora nyowe ekintu kinkusobola kora okirana baita hari ekintu kyokora you know it is very hard for you. So that one to make those kind of solar dryer, because they call them solar dryer. It depends. If you also want with the number of anything is per here. We are all here for different purposes. You can't reach them for solar dryer. You can't reach them for various. Me I does the way I do. Me I start from zero. Spout, growing, various issue. What I'm missing now to do, I'm looking at making the capsules. I'm missing the machine. Capsules are I will use. That's the question I expected. How do we make wine? Wine is not made in dry mushroom. Wine is made in fresh mushroom. You cannot make wine in a dry. Otherwise, you make wine in a fresh. Because we need to first boil it. You boil the fresh mushroom. Then if we want, you add the yeast to ferment it. So this is a pure organic. We don't put citric. We don't put any color. Only we use beetroot. That's the color you are seeing in. Yeah, beetroot, and also we add lemon as a preservative. Yeah, now 3. Yeast, mushroom, beetroot, water, 5. Yes. You get a good tonto. You can make as much as you want, depends on how you want to make it. We have dry, we prefer mostly dry. When we talk about dry, there is no sugar. Sweet, we put sweet sugar, and also we add sweetener. The way you are, see, you go and buy mango, this mango soda, the mango, or you buy on apple. Those are not apple we are taking. It's only flavors. So for the wine, we make it fresh or mushroom. The same to juice. I'm not sure if you can be ready to make a juice tomorrow. Everybody will be just drink it. If you have a mushroom and the host accept, you can still make it. Madam, any question? So the only language I can again speak is Swahili, Nyankore, and Luganda. You can still speak your Nyoro, and I can respond to you in Luganda. This is 10 times. Oh, and you will still call me. You will be in need of it. It's helpful.
After mixing these ones, we pack. We have different types of packaging. We have the bottles. You can use bottles. You can use polythenes. You can use boxes. You can use tin, whatever. And for the case of gardens, we have like two types of gardens, whereby we have the one gardens in the white cavera, also gardens in the black cavera. If you have the white cavera, you can decide to use the white cavera, and if you don't have the white cavera, you can use the black cavera. And this is what we call the mushroom garden or the mushroom block. Are you getting me? This is the mushroom garden or the mushroom block. And what you are seeing inside here, it is the mixture of those ones, sawdust, cotton, and coffee husks. This is what is inside this one. And we have 3 methods of sterilization. We have boiling, we have steaming, and cold pasteurization. Are you getting me? When I talk of cold pasteurization, this is where you get the black, you get your water, you get the dry banana leaves, you soak them. You leave them for 24 hours. After 24 hours, you drain. Someone has said you drain. You leave for 24 hours, then you drain. That is called pasteurization. Then boiling. When I talk about boiling, it's where you get a drum or a saucepan. You get your mixture of these things. You can, if you have one, like if you have the coffee husks, you can also do one. You can also plant the mushroom. It is not the matter of having all of these mixed, all of these substrates. If you have the dry banana leaves, you can use the dry banana leaves alone. If you have the sawdust, you can use the sawdust alone. If you have the cotton, you can use the cotton alone, whatever you have. After getting all these substrates, you get the drum or a saucepan. You put them in the saucepan, you add water plus lime. The reason why we are putting lime, lime is containing nutrients, at the same time lime kills germs. It's like the way you boil the beans, you add salt. You cannot eat the beans without salt. That's the reason why we are putting lime. The lime water makes the salt. Then after, there is even steaming. When I talk of steaming, you can steam the gardens, or you can decide to steam the what? The substrate when it is not packed in foil. You can steam the one in the foil, or you can steam the one not in the foil. You mix the lime plus water, you put your substrate, the circle like this, then you steam. But are you getting steaming? Steaming is like kovano chumbedo, babyalira. You check on baby as for one baby. Atina nabi no fani ngamba steaming. Ya kenda drum, rolenga kucheka makadara. Eli kenda mumaizi. Steaming we are using the air or oil. Steam way. Then together the drum, steaming. Then I want to parking in siren. In a parking on Silver or Mile. Kibiri yokumya no kwata, muteka no kwata no teka muteka ko inakuteka muno omusibu no bwekoze. Oh, kavera kano karola kuno babanze bakasibayo. Bato kwa katasibika ina yeki kuruna kuna yeki kwanza nufunaka huzi nishuka mkisa tie this side then you pack the substrate. After packing the substrate you tie again, you steam. Then after steam we steam for 8 hours. When we are steaming we steam for 8 hours. When we are boiling we boil for 8 hours. Because when you try to close this side, water will spill. By the time you no, someone is saying it. Do we first put the seeds before we steam? No. When you steam, when you put the seed and you go to steam, you keep we first steam the gardens. After steaming the gardens, then we plant it. And we don't plant when the gardens are still hot. We plant them, we leave them there for 24 hours to cool down. The mushroom, when it becomes cool, it's when you what you plant the seeds. We don't plant the seeds from an open place like this. Because in this place there is wind, water, and that wind is containing germs in water. We plant when you get feeding the working place, we plant for seeds, the germs.
It is I'm done with you. Then this one I will answer on the next W. We dry mushroom. One, when we want to keep it, reserve it for a long period of time. That's number one. Two, when we want to supply it for long distance, and when we have no market, there is no buyer, and we have a mushroom, what do? That's when we dry mushroom. Another one, I'm done with 2 W's. Missing 3. Huh? Why? The why? One, we are other. All of you say the wow, others say no, others say Allah. You see, if you ask it there, a kilo of mushroom inside, many that 7,000 or 10,000. One, why? We want to keep it for long distance and we want to supply it to the external market, not in each. We neither want to send it to abroad. In 2023, I went to Netherlands, Germany, and Finland with the same product. But if it was fresh, it could not manage. Right. 2, if you want like jelly, you cannot. When you ask me for what? For tincture, you can make tincture from there. That's 1. 2, can you make capsules? Yes. And that 3,